Down boy. Hey guys, it's Dale at Whole Shot. Well, before I start the video, I just wanted to thank every single one of you guys for the support and the prayers and all that good stuff for me going through my third cancer battle. Big tornado outside, so a lot of wind noise. And anyway, yeah, dealing with the chemo. Yeah, look, it's almost gone. It's going out quick. I figure when I start looking like a hyena, I'll have to shave it. But anyway, I just wanted to thank you guys for all the love and prayers and all that good stuff. And, you know, never really asked for a handout in my life, don't really like to. But if you want to donate a little bit to the channel, my little YouTube channel, it's not big, I only do it when I can. It's up to you. But it's just dlwalker@wholeshot.com, PayPal. Cooper, no. The dog wants his ball. But yeah, and that basically is going to go towards Cam Snapper, my pro street bike project that I'm going to be making videos all along for you, all the way through building the motor, firing the motor for the first time on the dyno, and then eventually next summer, if I'm still doing well in here, I'm going to go ride that thing. So anyway, thanks a lot. And like I say, Liza and I and Super Cooper totally appreciate your support, guys. We love you all. Okay, on to the video. Hey guys, it's Dale doing a little work on the Cam Snapper today. It's November 24th, so it's 5 days after my chemo number 3. Yeah, about 3 to 4 days. It was pure hell. They give me a shot the next day. It goes into my bone marrow to put my bone marrow on hyperdrive to make more white blood cells. It's just amazing. It was terrible. But I'm a little bit better now, so I came out here for a while. Got my dirty jacket on, my gloves. We're doing dirty work. I already went out and sealed the gutter on the house, moved 5 gallon jugs of water into the tough shed out there. Because we got storms coming, they might shut the power off. But today it's sunny and clear, so I'm going to take advantage of this. So the next step is that my tranny's on the way from Paul Gas right now. Probably have it in 3 days. In that box are my base gaskets. So I need the base gaskets for the top of the case to put on the dowels. And so the case has to be thoroughly clean and stripped. Take the studs out, all that, the top case only for now. And then once I get that all done and everything gets here, in a few days I'll be going over to my good friend Jeff HD, the Harley racer I told you about with the Sportster. His bike runs high 9s without a bar. It's a pretty fast little Sportster. It's only a 100-inch Cosman chassis. It's really neat. So we're good buddies now, and he helps me. He has a little home machine shop. It's pretty darn good. So anyway, I'll take it over there, and we'll set it all up hopefully on his little mill, and we can bore the holes so I don't have to do it by hand like I did Ratzuki. We'll find out. But that's the plan. So right now, I'm going to use my little contraption right here. I use this on my Camaros and my Corvettes that I used to track. And this is what I made with the old Holley fuel pump. It's a nice little pump and sucker. So, hasn't been used in a while. So let's see how this works. We'll get all the oil out of here. See the oil on here? What a mess. And so, this goes. Yeah, nothing like an empty old milk crate bottle. Wow, nice. I don't think I'd want to drink this. That pump's been through hell. Put tranny fluid through it, rear end fluid, solvent. Over here, hon. You're not going to get all of it, but you're going to get a lot of it. And then yeah, I got rid of the giant puddles. You can't get them in. Yeah, so I'll get in there with paper towels and rags. Some brake clean, get that, and then we'll get it outside and we'll degrease the hell out of it and wash it off. Nothing like having a spare lithium battery hanging around. All right, so let's get this wiped down. I'll get it outside, then we'll clean it good, and then maybe we'll remove the studs. So let's get to it. Here we are, various brushes. Any degreaser will work. I happen to have Bel-Ray left from when I was sponsored by them in mid-80s at Cases. I think that's my last can. So anyway, scrub-a-dub-dub. I already kind of got in here. In case I could side too. Oh shit, I missed the clutch cover gasket. Oh well. Time for hydro wash. That's pretty tasty. That's good enough. Well, for now. Now we're going to do the top. Gotta jack it up so you can see what I'm doing. For these small little. Yeah, that should do it.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't want it. It's still running out the oil pressure sender spot, so wanted to do the inside first. Got a phone call, very important, but not as important as what I'm doing. Anyway, let me get on with this and then I'll show you when it's done. How's that? Okay, let's, I'm gonna clean the gasket surface off. Not the gasket surface, but the sealing surface of the case first. And I'll still, I think, remove the studs, but I'll have to wash it one more time, but that's okay. For now, I wanna get this clean. So, for years, I've been using razor blades on cases. You get a brand new razor blade, and you won't screw it up. You got to keep it at an angle and just go really easy. You don't scratch the hell out of it. And just like I did that cylinder head, I already went over this part, but just like the cylinder head, when I get done with this, I'll go over that whole surface with a small little rubber block and some 400 wet and dry. See right here, I haven't done this yet, so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm not scratching it. If there is minor scratches, they're so minute, they'll come right out when I do the surface with the rubber sanding pad and some wet dry. And I usually use WD-40. See here what we're doing? See how nice that works? You're not hurting it, but it's a lot better than using a scraper or anything like that. Trust me. This is the part that's corroded, that sticks out. It's not even sealed, so that is not critical. Yeah, I just don't want to have another big mess, totally, to do again after I wash it. But it's never really done. You'll still have to clean it a few times. You know, blow all the threads out, chase the threads before any kind of assembly happens. See that? That's pretty nice, huh? It's just a start. Like I say, I'm going to get debris and stuff. You know what's going to happen when I pull the studs out. It's going to be little pebbles and things. So I think that's good enough for now. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Well, these guys wanted to come and join me cleaning the upper engine case. There's the little group. They come and they go. They wander, they eat, and they head back up in the mountains. Isn't that neat? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're okay, boy. Honey, get back so you just scare them. All right. Well, got this thing pretty good. Now I'm going to get my super air blaster that has heat in it. Blow it off, get it back on the bench, and I'll show it to you. Air blaster, the small one, had it for years. Works fantastic. Heats up and blows warm air. All right, guys, I got the case back in here. It looks pretty good. There's still areas that you have to do by hand, contact cleaner, whatever, but this is a good start. Clean and dry, at least it's not oily. All right, and now I'm going to do the oil pan. I just cleaned the gasket, because I'm going to bead blast this next. I just got my bead blaster all hooked up, finally. And I'm going to bead blast this. This is going to go over to Jeff's also. And then we'll mill all these fins down till they're about an 1/8 inch tall, just from our ground clearance. And then I'll be modifying the oil pickup off the bottom of the oil pump. But that's another story. So let me get this baby cleaned up and I'll show it to you. Hey guys. Well, I'm back. It's a couple days later. Feel a little better today. Went through some hell days, but I feel a little better. So I came out to the shop a few hours ago doing paperwork and crap. So I'm going to go ahead and strip the top of the the case, get the studs out. I've already did some of them. And I want to just show you the preferred tool. So here are my 2 stud removers. This is a KD brand. There's the part number. It's got real fine teeth. See the teeth on the part, eccentric when it tightens against the stud. And these, it's a little bigger in diameter, so you got to get bites and bites and bites. And I took one stud out. It will get it out, but then it was stuck. It was a pain in the ass with these little teeth. So that's my one that I used, but I used this mostly on big block Chevys when I was building those back in the day. This is a Snap-on I bought probably when I was 18 years old from the Snap-on guy when I was a mechanic at Coast Honda. It's a part number A50. And see, it's a totally different mechanism that slides like this with the teeth. And it's much smaller in diameter, right? Look at that. Big difference. So, I'm sure Snap-on or somebody still makes these tools. So, you want a smaller diameter one. And I gave you the number, A50. This will actually make a full circle and clear the other stud, so you don't have to take bite after bite. So, yeah, some of these are a little tight, but they don't really argue. It's a 1/2 inch drive. Use an extension and your ratchet. I like coming up just off the case, maybe 1/8 of an inch. You're on the smooth part of the stud that way, getting a full bite on it. You don't want to be on this part. Obviously, it's a step bigger. So you got to get up just a little bit, 3/16 or so, and then you're not going to also hit the case surface. So I got the thing just clamped lightly down with my clamps. Yeah, the ones with the O-rings are a little bit stiffer, so they all break loose pretty easy though. Yeah, so what I like to do is I like to break it loose, bring it up about 4 or 5 threads, and then if I can find there it is, my scribe. the ones that have the O-rings, get it out of there. They're kind of rotted and stuff. They might fall apart, but I got them out. Then there's also a little silicone they put in there. When you get the O-ring out of there, the other ones don't have O-rings, just these, the back ones do. And then you can get to the threads and give it a little shot of WD. Let it kind of soak in there for just a second. Okay. And now that it's broke loose, you can go right up near the middle. It's easier. Get that thing out of there. Now, if it's broke loose, but still kind of giving you trouble, or you'd rather do something different after it's broke loose, this works good though, but your other option is to get this one out. And this one breaks loose really nice and disengages. This one was a pile, really hard. But the other option is to run one of your head nuts that's an open nut and the factory crown nut for the head. Obviously just double nut it, right? APE also makes a stud installer, but this isn't going to work to break it loose. You'll end up bending the stud. It's got too much force on it. But if this becomes like a hassle for you, you can just jam nut these and then just get your little ratchet on it. And then you have your hand to guide the stud. And then I take them out by hand. Anyway, so that's how I remove studs. And that's it. So let me get these all out of here. And then I'll show you what I'm doing next. I'm just gonna, this will be done for now. My tranny and base gaskets just showed up today from Paul Gas. So I'll have my base gaskets. I'll get this all clean real nice. I'll get my brand new dowel pins all fit in here, get these holes all clean. So I could bring my cylinder and my base gasket over to my buddy Harley Jeff. And that'll be the next thing. But next I'm gonna get that done, and then I'm going to, got the oil pan all sanded out. You already saw that, you know, clean the hell out of it. Gonna put an old drain plug in it, and then I'm gonna fire up my bead blaster for the first time, and then I'll let you see it. All right, that's it for now. Be back soon. Hey guys, another day, another dollar. Well, I finally got my air compressor kind of put together temporarily. No overhead air yet anywhere, so this is the one I got to use to run my bead blaster. So temporarily, till I can get to it, and make a big shelf up there with some hose reels and electrical reels. Reels. Anyway, got it going down here. Got all my plugs all sanded out. Got my old Dayton, had forever. Had to buy some new fittings, coming off at an angle here. And yeah, so I've got the plug down there that has the light. This outlet where I can plug in more things if I have something outside, because the other plug's a long way away. And then the other one goes to the my little compressor here. So then I bought a heavy-duty 5 horsepower rigid. By the way, these are on sale right now at Home Depot for 59 bucks. I got the same deal on this about 6 months ago. They were about an $85, $90 vacuum. They're really powerful, simple, big paper element, so none of the foam and crap you got to deal with. But anyway, I bought a 20-foot. They sell a 20-foot extension hose. Not an extension, but a replacement hose. So you got to get the vacuum out of there, keep the dust down so you can see through the little window. Here's your inlet for air, outlet, sucking out the dust. So I'm setting that outside so it's not noisy. Bring that thing down about 2 inches off the floor, and there you go. Look at that. All right, so very first time I use it since I moved here. Let's see if we can make this pretty. The inside I'm not touching. You can get dusty, but you never touch the inside of cases. Don't bead blast anything like that. It gets into the pores and into your oil, and it'll be a nightmare. So let's try this out. I'll show you how it looks when I'm done. Okay guys, this is going to be the end of part 3 here. So yeah, like I was going over my bead blaster with the rigid. It works fantastic. I did turn the pressure down to around 60 pounds. Made a lot less dust storm inside so you can still see good. But those just have a paper filter, so when you get done bead blasting with that thing, you know, doing a big job. Take it out, get a piece of cardboard, put your mask on, and just tap, 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 tap. It's not foam, you just got to get it out of the filter to keep it alive. And it worked really good, so that's working out good. So, yeah, come over and see the pan here. Turned out pretty sano. Well, real sano, compared to the pictures you saw earlier. So now this is ready for machining. I'm going to take it over to Jeff HD, my buddy, and along with the case, and we're going to mill all these fins down to probably sticking up about 1/8 inch. That's what I did on my other motor on Ratsuki. Still has some fins, but that way you got a lot more ground clearance. And when that's done, then I'll go over it one more time and either leave it alone just like this, or maybe I'll put some 2K clear on it, but it's not getting painted. Okay, so that's done. Okay, now let's go look at the case. The upper case is ready for machining now. It's all gutted, it's all clean. I just went over it with my razor blade trick without scratching it. And then I just went over it with 220 with WD-40 wet on the paper, then 400, and then 600. And I just did it by hand. This is corrosion. This is way outside the gasket area. I'm not going to mess with that. That's fine. But see how slick that does? And like I say, I'm always careful with the razor blade. I keep it at an angle to get the big stuff off. And then do those 3 grits. Make sure you keep the paper wet. Wipe it off dry between each one, and there's the finish you'll get. So I just blew everything out. So now we're going to get this over to Jeff with the pan. And I've got my base gaskets in from Paul and my tranny. And yeah, I'm going to put new dowels in here and everything. And then as far as the sleeves, they're 360 OD. The 1500 sleeves in the MCC used block I have. They're big. And yeah, he was telling me to go about 15 over on diameter. And then the depth of the sleeve, we're going to go about 40 or 50 thousandths deeper into the case than the sleeve. And then we'll hand fit it. It should work out. So Jeff has a real nice, kind of a smaller end mill, middle size, older one. But it should work out pretty good because he's got a tilting head. I was worried about clamping this down and getting it straight and everything. But he has a tilting head. I think we can dial in and get it all right. And so we'll see how that goes. The final thing is the pickup for the oil pan. So, move back a little, huh? So this, I want you to look at it still. She's been working hard all day. She's tired. So these normally on a stock motor point forward like this, right? And you don't want that on a drag bike, right? All oil is going to come gushing back. You do have baffles in the pan here, but you still get air. You know, a drag race motor, you only run maybe 3 quarts. Some guys run less. I run about 3.5, 3.25 to keep the windage down for more power on the crank and everything. But anyway, I've done a lot of things. I've gone with one of these and milled out these 2 out of the way. This rotates like this. You can get the pattern like this. And then I've extended this one before and got it right back in this corner over here with just 1 pickup. And that worked really good. But in Ratsuki, they used to make a pro stock version. They don't make it anymore. And that pan pickup, I mean, is a machine billet piece sticking down about that far, and it only has 2 oval holes in the back, on the back side. So it works perfect. I've never had a starvation problem. The cams look beautiful. I mean, it's worked for years. So you don't really need an extension. So this is, I think, what I'm going to do. At least this is the right rotation to get this one pointing back. I'm going to cut this one off, maybe about 1/4 inch so you can still get to it. and then my brother-in-law Paul make a nice little thin disc out of sheet metal, and he'll weld that one up. This one I'm just going to cut off real short. I may or may not kiss this right here. I may just keep it inboard of this and just cut it off. And then over here, I think what I'll do, because this is the bottom down low, I'll center punch that, and I'll use a step drill bit, and I'll just make a hole in this side and end up with the same diameter as the hole on the end of the tube. So this would be fairly short, maybe 1/4 inch sticking out. I'll have another hole here for pickup, and I think it'll be done. So that's it. That's it for part 3. After I get this stuff done, I'll show you the next, how they look and all that good stuff. But thanks for watching. I hope you like it. Please subscribe, hit the bell, comment below, give me a thumbs up if you can. And as always, Liza and I appreciate all the prayers and all that. I'm going through hell. Today's about day 8 or something after my chemo, and I'm feeling a little better, so that's why I can go in here. But so anyway, well, I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care, ride safe. Later.